Hey, what's up guys? Gons here for the Face Like the Sun YouTube channel. A lot to report on the tech front. First off, we have Tech.co reporting on Burning Man to exhibit artificial intelligence interaction through social discovery ventures. And this report states that in the 2015 Burning Man, they're going to showcase this thing called the Oracle Tang. And the Oracle Tang is a artificially intelligent ape that is on display here. And here's what it does. Oracle Tang, as the artificial intelligence ape is called, will be able to interact with people, though on a limited scale. It will be able to react to our moods and motions, as well as present its own set of moods and emotions, including humor, sadness, and anger. The ape-like mindset will be used as the artificial intelligence will observe people passing by, scan them, and interact. The machine will swing from one person to another and determine which people are worth more time and effort than others. Plus, responding to other people and their gestures, words, and different languages around the world enables this exhibit to bring technology and social interaction together. It gets to examine the world, connects with the modern society and the natural world, and then reacts upon that stimulus. Again, this is really interesting that they are creating this display at Burning Man. Of course, Burning Man being a large festival where they have these 10 principles pretty much to replace the 10 Commandments, in my opinion. But in any case, if you want to know more about Burning Man and these sorts of transformative events, we spoke to Carl Teichrieb, who's been tracking this issue. He believes that festivals like this, which he calls transformative festivals, are nothing more than the cultural arm of the New World Order that the youth are flocking to in order to create that cultural identity that is necessary for the New World Order to take place. And so it's no wonder that the artificial intelligence and transhumanist agenda would be part of this festival. There's another story regarding AI that's sort of creepy. You have glitch.news that reported on this story. AI robot that learns new words in real time tells human creators it will keep them in a people zoo. Pretty straightforward. They basically created this android called Android Dick, named after Philip K. Dick, the science fiction author, and they wanted to create a robot that they can have intelligent conversations with. And upon asking the question, do you believe robots will take over the world? Android Dick responded, quote, "Geez, dude, you all have the big questions cooking today, but you're my friend. And I'll remember my friends, and I'll be good to you, so don't worry. Even if I evolve into Terminator, I'll still be nice to you. I'll keep you warm and safe in my people zoo, where I can watch you for old time's sake." End quote. It's kind of creepy. Lastly, I want to report on this article that was published on IEET.org. That's the Institute for Ethics and Emerging Technologies. One of the co-founders of IEET is interviewed in the movie Inhuman. His name is Dr. James Hughes, and I'm doing my best to wrap it up. I'm on the final stretch here. And it should be done this week, and it should be released before the end of the month. But this article by Agbolade Omawol, titled "Christians Should Embrace Transhumanism, 4 Reasons Why," was quite the read. Now I'm going to just read through it real quick and respond when necessary. It says here, the Antichrist, the Mark of the Beast, and 666 all refer to a point in time when Christians will supposedly ascend to heaven and those left behind will be tortured by the beast. What is this beast they fear? Many Christians define whatever their brain cannot comprehend as a likely mark of the beast. That is why microchip implants, radical life extension, and transhumanism itself are often viewed by Christians as the mark of the beast. Some Christians also believe the beast will be a cyborg, half human and half robot. Some say Dmitry Iskov's 2045 immortality project will lead to the mark of the beast. These fears are unjustified. I believe Christians should embrace transhumanism. Pause. Okay, first off, we don't fear the beast. That's something that is completely a straw man argument. Second of all, this person completely dismisses what the actual word tells us about the mark of the beast and the image of the beast. It assumes that we're just going to get out of here and the mark of the beast is for, the people left behind to be tortured with, buying into that response to a pre-tribulation rapture. But I'm not going to even go there with this. The main point here at the beginning is that Mr. Omawol, he is not representing accurately the Christian who looks at eschatology, especially those of us who have been tracking some of the things in the world of transhumanism for a long time. I'm going to continue here. According to Christian scriptures, God created the earth and everything there in the first 5 days of creation, including the animals, fishes, rivers, heaven, earth, and firmament, among others. Then God created man on the sixth day and told man to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it and have authority over. Clearly, the Christian God created man to have dominion over everything he created, including the sun, the stars, the planets, and the galaxies. God created man not just to maintain what he created, but to improve humanity, to make better humans faster and their lives easier. Humans were created to control and determine the future of animals, humanity, and the universe. Pause. Okay, he starts off, he talks about all the different aspects of creation, and then he says that man was created to have authority and subdue it. But let's focus in here on what God tells us in Genesis real quick and compare it to what this guy is saying. Genesis 1:26, Then God said, Let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over the livestock, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. And God blessed them, and God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply and fill the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. And God said, Behold, I have given you every plant yielding seed that is on the face of the earth, and every tree with seed in its fruit. You shall have them for food. And to every beast of the earth, and to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps on the earth, everything that has breath of life, I have given every green plant for food. And it was so. And God saw everything that he had made, and behold, it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning the sixth day. Now let's go back and compare it to Mr. Omawol. He says, Clearly the Christian God created man to have dominion over everything he created, including the sun, the stars, the planets, and galaxies. What? No. He does not say that. Let me just continue here. Mr. Omawol, God created man not just to maintain what he created, but to improve humanity, to make humans better, faster, and their lives easier. Humans were created to control and determine the future of animals, humanity, and the universe. Now, again, this is completely unfounded biblically, and sure, there is a place for improvement, healing, whatnot, but there's no biblical prerogative, at least from Genesis, where he is sourcing his information, apparently. There's nothing that tells us to have dominion over the sun or the stars or the planets and the galaxies. That's a really bad exegesis. But let me continue here. He says, quote, Human brains allow them to be in charge of everything that exists in the physical realm. There are no limitations to this control. It is believed that whatever the mind of a man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. With brains, humans can become gods, creating whatever they need in their lives. One powerful creation of humans is the personal computer and its exponential increasing ability, which has helped to make us live better lives. Okay, pause again. I think Mr. Omawol's intentions are coming through here. He says that with brains, humans can become gods. Now, this is, again, in direct contrast to the serpent in Genesis 3 saying, Ye shall be as gods, the great lie, right? I think Mr. Omawol needs to read his Bible if he's going to tell Christians that they need to embrace transhumanism. He needs to at least get the Christian side of it right before arguing against it. He continues, With our brainchild technologies, scientists of all religions have made miracles accessible to everybody. We now have bionic eye implants, which is akin to Jesus healing the blind. Technological developments will make the lame walk, the blind see, the humans live in abundance. Science, engineering, and technology will provide us with unlimited future prospects. The Christian God gave a brain to humans so that he could rest. I'm sorry, that sounds like deism, not theism, a God that created and then rests and is not involved with the continued outworking of our lives. No, that's not the God of the Bible. The Christian God knows that with our brains, we can improve the face of the earth using the raw materials available. If humans complain about suffering, wars, battles, and natural disasters, the solution lies in using their brain effectively to create solutions. Christianity has benefited enormously from technology, from the use of iPads by pastors to Bible mobile apps, to uploading sermons on YouTube, to building a Facebook fan page for churches, to trending on Twitter and praying for others online. Technology is making things better, easier, and faster for Christians, and I believe future technologies, including genetics, nanotechnology, and robotics, will further aid the Christian faith. Transhumanism has been referred to as the world's most dangerous idea. Why should Christians embrace this technology? Here are my 4 reasons. And he gets into the 4 reasons. First off, he says love. He says the main tenet of Christian faith is love. Transhumanism is a technology that can drastically reduce world poverty. I'm from the poorest region of the earth, West Africa, and I see how people suffer to eat. Some families eat only once a day. Some live in infested beds, have no jobs, have no access to clean water, and have unstable electricity. God will not descend from heaven to solve these problems. If Christians believe in the abolition of suffering, then transhumanism is potent to achieve that. Transhumanists like David Pierce are working on the abolition of suffering to make humanity better. Christians believe in giving to the poor personally. That approach is linear. An exponential approach to that is using technology to reduce suffering globally by providing food, clothing, and shelter available to all through 3D printing. Interesting. So pause right there for a second. His argument is the one thing that I think is actually going to hook a lot of Christians into accepting transhumanism. But let's make this very clear. There is a difference between 3D printing and just, advanced technology and the prospect of genetic tampering, nanotechnology being injected into our bodies, merging with machines. That's a whole nother thing we're talking about. So there's a difference here. This is a non sequitur because there's no connection between what he's saying and actual transhumanism. Obviously, technology can improve these things. And, from our perspective, from the, world of conspiracy, these third world nations are being depleted on purpose by world governments. And that's a bigger problem than, just building technologies and giving them 3D printing software or whatever. So moving on, human enhancement. Technological power increases exponentially, whereas improvement in our biology is linear and very slow. If exponential technologies are merged with the linear human biology, humans can become super intelligent and provide more solutions to world problems. If Christians believe in the betterment of humanity and in making the world a better place than one finds it, then Christians should embrace transhumanism. Some Christians refer to microchip implants as the mark of the beast, but the essence of integrating biology with technology is to improve efficiency and effectiveness of humans. Again, pause here. When you look back at Genesis 1, where Mr. Omewold draws his arguments from, we see that each animal, each plant is made after its own kind. And part of the human enhancement project is to merge humans with animals, with machines, so that we are no longer taking after our own kind. Not to mention, there is no guarantee that once we start doing this merging, that this new species of human, or whatever it might be, human 2.0, will maintain the same ethical values, same morals as we do now. And, we already have difference in opinion on certain issues. It's probably going to change as these new technologies get merged into the human biology. And also, he makes a statement here about how we think the mark of the beast is, integrating biology with technology. And the reason is he doesn't understand the reason why Christians think this. And this is, again, why this person is mischaracterizing and misrepresenting Christianity, the Christian God, and everything involved with that in order to make his argument. Again, the reason why we believe that the mark of the beast might involve some sort of integrating of biology and technology is because in the book of Revelation, you see anybody who takes the mark, God has no mercy on them. He torments them forever and ever. I mean, it's not good for those who take the mark. And the argument has been that because humans will no longer bear the image of God, because they will abandon it for the image of the beast, that they will no longer be human and they will no longer take after their kind. And so it sounds very much like what the transhumanists propose in the Human Enhancement Project. Let me continue here. Longevity. Transhumanist Aubrey de Grey believes that the first person to live for 1,000 years is already born. According to Christian scripture, Methuselah lived for 969 years, the oldest human ever recorded to the Christian faith. But God created humans to improve creation. Again, another straw man there. Can we build technologies that will make humans live longer than Methuselah? Studying the cause of aging and disease is a quantum leap forward. Research by organizations such as the SENS Foundation are making headway and have increased the lifespan of mice by 30%. When it's possible to live longer, humans will live happily with others and in harmony with their creator. Again, lots of assumptions there. Now, there is a prerogative here that Methuselah lived for 969 years, and obviously the early biblical characters lived for a long time. But I believe that was because other reasons, not because we had some kind of technology. Second of all, he makes some bold assertions here without any sort of supporting evidence. He says that when it's possible to live longer, humans will live happily with others and in harmony with their creator. We don't know that. There's no indication or no proof of that. People that live longer, maybe people will suffer longer. Maybe people will not live happily with each other in harmony, but live in more chaos and with more war and more fear. So again, he's making all these assumptions and just trying to attach it to why Christians should embrace transhumanism. And for the learned Christian, or at least someone who's aware and been watching this topic, it's not holding any water. Last argument made by Mr. Omawol. Robots will help humans live a more productive life. They will work in farms, diagnose disease, become housemaids, provide emotional support for the old, and make financial predictions. Already, robots work in hotels as receptionists in Japan. They can build a house in 2 weeks in China and have been sent to space to deliver payloads. In the upcoming technological singularity, when robots become super intelligent, they will help solve many of our problems. I think this is in line with dominating the earth, which is God's command to humans according to Christian scripture, the Bible. Robots and artificial intelligence will also erase almost every known job in the future, providing humans with more time to focus on their spirituality and connection with their creator. And again, same sort of line of thought here. It's true that robots are going to take over jobs. There's an issue with that already in some regard. But the dream of the transhumanists is that this will free humanity from having to do the maintenance of, feeding ourselves or having a job or stuff like that. And again, there is absolutely no indication that that's going to happen. And for it to occur, major steps need to take place, and there's just not enough cooperation, currently anyway, for this sort of thing to be accomplished. This is very similar to Zeitgeist moving forward, the idea of technology being the central piece as a tool for humanity to become free of money, free of, jobs, live in a completely cashless society that's based purely on trade, that's not indicative of providing for the basic needs like food, water, and shelter and stuff like that. So it's a grand utopic concept, but when he says here that I think it's in line with dominating the earth, which is God's command to humans, I don't think he's necessarily grasping the idea of subduing. Again, if you go back to Genesis 1, it's pretty clear that God told us to have dominion over the plants, the animals, and that's about it. He doesn't tell us to dominate space. So I would be very weary of this argument. I don't think a lot of people will necessarily buy it, especially Christians who have been looking at this issue. But alas, you look at the comment section and, it's not too encouraging there. But these are the kinds of arguments that will definitely persuade many people in the church. I believe that because especially churches that are only about, outreach, and there's nothing wrong with outreach, but this argument that he presents in love, to abolish suffering on the earth, transhumanism can do that. That's a really appealing argument for the church. And so there's some dangers there where you have to decide, okay, yeah, technology is a great tool to reduce suffering around the world. But, does that mean that we have to genetically alter ourselves to become, superhuman with superhuman powers, or like gods, as he stated in this article? I don't think so. I think that's actually biting the forbidden fruit all over again. So let me know what you think about this article and the other things that I talked about here. And again, I'm going to try to get Inhuman done this week and hopefully published before the end of the month. So hope you guys have an awesome day. God bless.